Hi, it's Juliet here, and I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you because it's so important at the moment, with so many pressures on us, to be able to stay resourced and to be resilient in the face of everything that's happening. So here I am, and I'm in this beautiful environment. I've come down again to Comelot Castle to explore some more about how I can be helpful to people and what I need to roll out in my own life in order to be able to give us greater awareness, greater understanding, because there are so many perplexing things happening right now, and it's really difficult to know what to believe, what to do, how to be with what's coming up, how to navigate these times, how to do the best that we can for ourselves, our own health, our own families, our own loved ones. How do we stay present to everything that's happening? How do we relate to what's happening? What are our relationships to what's happening? Where do we stand on the intense polarization that's going on, or all these different topics that people seem to be polarizing about? And how do we stay with this fundamental thing that we need, that's so precious, which is our personal freedom, which is our freedom to think, to make decisions for ourselves from informed, clearly informed information, critical thinking, informed consent. How can we give our consent to anything if we're not really truly informed with really accurate scientific data and research and social science research and so on? How can we truly give our informed consent to things when we're in a high level of stress, when we're in a state of fear and anxiety around any of these raging topics that we are being polarized into? How do we stay present, and how do we keep our thinking mind functioning rather than being in the reptilian brain and acting out of being reactive? How can we be responsive and give informed consent? So responsive is the ability to is the responsibility to take in information, to think about it and to respond. To be reactive is to be touched by something and immediately become fearful, and just to have an intense reaction, and that reaction can be fight or flight, it can be anxiety, anger, fear, or it could be parasympathetic shock and shutdown, dissociation, numbing. Both of those reactive states are not states in which we can make choices where we can actually give our informed consent. So then when we're presented with ideas like, we have to wear a mask because that's good for everyone, are we really giving informed consent to do that when actually we're not fully aware of all the information surrounding that? Or when we're presented with, you have to have a vaccine, and particularly coming up now is the flu vaccine, you have to have a flu vaccine. How can we make a choice about that? Or when our children in schools are having the spray mist up their noses and parents aren't even asked about that, so children can go ahead and allow that to happen and then shed that virus to many other people, or take it home to their grandparents or whatever, because the flu vaccine then is shed once you've given it to someone else. So if we don't fully have information, how can we give our informed consent? And what's happening at the moment is there's massive censorship. The mainstream media is blocking any other opinions. And we all know that this is going on now, that little by little we're beginning to understand that we can't trust the sources of information that we thought we could trust. We can't trust the BBC, we can't trust things that are coming through lots of different media channels, and censorship is across all the platforms right now, so that people who are trying to put out alternative information they are actually being blocked and taken down. So how can we stay present, not be reactive, and actually be in the state where we can make an informed consent about the direction that we're being pushed in? So these are all important things that we need to be considering. And in order to do that, we really have to think about the trauma work, the effects of trauma on our nervous system, and that we're in, not only are we at this point trying to deal with our own trauma, as these things happen and they're bringing things up for us to process around our relationships, our family, bad things that have happened to us, but they're touching on our collective trauma. So right now we're just going through 9/11. What's the collective trauma around this? What happened on 9/11? Why is this significant? What's kind of unprocessed in the collective psyche? Yeah, what happened there? Do any of us really know the answers, or do we believe what the narrative is, that what happened in New York? So this is a collective trauma piece that are still unconscious, that's coming to the surface, and all these things trigger us all the time, whether we're aware of being triggered or not aware of being triggered. So how do we process all these things? And the way to process is that we need to keep ourselves resourced the entire time. If we find that we're being reactive and going into fear or anger or shutdown, anxiety, then that's an indicator that we're not resourced. So we have to come back, we have to start grounding in the present moment, grounding in our bodies, taking the discipline perhaps to do something that will really support us. I've just started doing yoga every morning. I always did a little bit, but it's like, right, you really need to tackle this, Juliet. You need to make sure that you're healthier, because I want to stay around for a long time. Be healthier, stay present for longer, be of service for longer. So what do we need to do in order to stay grounded, resourced and resilient? Because this is key. We have to be in. This isn't a short episode, this is a marathon. This is the horror of hundreds and thousands of years all coming to the surface right now. We have to be in this for the long run, to stay resilient, resourced, to be able to keep enduring, keep going, bringing our unique gifts forward, to be able to serve our families, our communities, our children, take care of our children. We have to stay with it. So I'm feeling tremendously resourced today. I've come out to Comelot Castle to stay here, to talk more deeply around what can we create to support the community, to support the world, move through this tremendously difficult transition, these tremendously difficult times. So I'm down here brainstorming around that, and at this moment, I'm out on the cliffs, and my God, it's so, I could drink it up, I could eat it. It's so magical, it's so wonderful to be out in the sunshine, to listen to the sea. I'm going to show you in a minute. Listen to the sea, feel the sun on my skin. These things are so important, these simple grounding things. So just really sharing with you the importance. Can you take yourself outside to get fresh air, to be in nature, to do the things that are right for your body, whatever is healing for your body? Health doesn't come through a syringe. Health doesn't come through a pill, a chemical. Health comes through these very simple things that you know so well. We all know so well. It's there in our DNA. To connect with nature, to get sunshine, to connect with our loved ones, to touch each other, to hug each other, to kiss each other, to communicate, to laugh together, to be in nature, to eat good nurturing food. That's what brings health. Don't give your power away. Don't be put into a state of fear and give your power away. Nurture yourself. So I just want to see if I can share the view with you, and that's my message. I'm really here to support each one of you wherever I can. I'm not a super woman. I'm just a ordinary human being doing the best I can. But if you're in need and there's any way that I can help, then contact me and I will do what I can. I will either point you in the direction of some help or do what I can myself to help or whatever, or put your name on my altar, say some prayers if you're going through difficult things. I'm not a gifted anything, just a person with a heart that cares about this planet, cares about my children, cares about everyone. So let me share this lovely view with you. Okay, so here we go. Look at this. How magical it is. The peace. I'm so lucky to be here today. I'm so blessed. And it's so wonderful to actually see people out relaxing. When we see other people relaxing, it helps us to relax. When I was in the shopping centre the other day and everybody had their masks on and were all looking so stressed, then that made me feel stressed. We need to move away from this whole mask mentality. It's not serving anyone. As much as we buy into that social conditioning, the weaponized social conditioning, the reality is it doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't support our health. This is what supports health. Yeah, this is what supports health. Being in nature, loving and caring for each other. So, have a blessed day. Please share my message. And yes, just reach out to me. And if you want to contribute underneath this little video, anything from your own experience that you know about what creates health for you, what helps you to be resourced, what helps you to be resilient, yeah, please post underneath. Please support other people to stay healthy and resilient and resourced. Smile at people, share with people, share what you've got with people. Yeah? Give of yourself, be of service to each other, be of service to your loved ones. It's the fundamental spiritual practices. It's not adhered to any particular religion. It's those fundamental spiritual practices that at this point in time, when our spirit is being crushed and destroyed, and there's a deliberate intention to separate, fragment and cause conflict between human beings, this is the point to come together, ground ourselves in these very solid spiritual principles, which are also they're divine principles, but they're the principles of life. This is how life works. We are self-healing. Our bodies know how to heal. We have learned over thousands of years to heal. Our body knows what to do. We don't need a shot from a vaccine to inform our bodies what to do. We know how to heal. We know what makes us healthy. Come back to this. Come back to this self-knowledge. Reclaim your power. Please share that. Please share that around. Please reassure people and help people. You can do it. We can all do it. We need to reach out and help each other at this time. So sending from my heart to your heart, and for that love to continue heart to heart around the planet. We can do it together. Your voice matters. All of our voices matter right now. Loads of love. Loads of love to you. Bye for now. Thank you for listening.